The story begins with the appearance of 72 great pillars descending from the sky and landing on the holy demon continent. Each of these pillars is guarded by a demon god. In order to repel the demons, the 6 major powers of the temple joined forces and formed an alliance called the Demon Slayer Squad. They were Long Sinyu from the Night Temple, San Shui from the Soul Temple, Lin Shen from the Magic Temple, Ruo Shui from the Priestess Temple, Ing Sui Feng from the Assassin's Temple, and Ren Wuquan from the Warrior Temple. They work together to kill a demon god named Li Lajin. Li Lajin is a demon god who guards the 54th pillar. The fight was quite long because the demon god had a stone body and his defense was strong, and his strength would increase if Li Lajin was near the demon god's pillar. In order to overcome the demon god's resistance, the Demon Slayer Squad attacked together, and was well organized. In the end, the demon god Li Lajin died after receiving a barrage of attacks. However, the demon god did not die completely. The demon god shattered and the demon god crown appeared. The demon god could resurrect if it was near the demon god pillar. Saw the demon god crown Li Lajin running away. The Demon Slayer Squad rushed to stop him. But suddenly the situation got worse when a demon emperor named Feng Xiu appeared. Feng Xiu is the leader of the 72 demon gods. He appeared by opening a dimensional space, and as he walked, an aura of destruction appeared with every step he took. He appears accompanied by a black dragon. The Demon Slayer Squad did not expect that the Demon Emperor would appear in person. They feel that there is no chance of winning. Then they intend to fight with all available power. But in the face of absolute power, they could do nothing. Before being able to approach and attack the Demon Emperor. The Demon Emperor only used one finger to annihilate the Demon Slayer Squad. After that, time stopped, and a black hole appeared that pulled into the dimensional gap. Luckily, the Demon Slayer Squad managed to escape before being sucked into the black hole. Since the arrival of the Demon God in 6172, mankind continues to fight against the Demon God. But for thousands of years, mankind has always lost and failed to defeat the Demon Gods. But mankind never gave up fighting. Finally, mankind managed to open the throne of the Divine Seal, or Holy Awakening. He was named Long Sinyu. A golden light emerged from Long Sinyu's body and it pierced into the sky. After that, a golden building appeared. He walked towards the top through the stairs. As he sat on a throne chair, the golden soldiers prostrated to show their loyalty. Then Long Sinyu summoned the Divine Seal armor. That way, all parts of his body clad in gold armor. Together with the golden warriors, Long Sinyu fought against the Demon Emperor. He attacks with the sword and the power of self-projection in the form of an avatar. However, the Demon Emperor easily broke his attack. He blocked the Long Sinyu sword attack with his own hands. Then the Demon Emperor unleashed an attack, so Long Sinyu fell and his avatar was destroyed. Never give up, Long Sinyu got up again and tried to fight again. As Long Sinyu tried to approach and attack the Demon Emperor, he was blocked by the Black Shadow Dragon. While distracting Long Sinyu, Demon Emperor Feng Xiu suddenly left the fight. Nobody knows why he left. However, on the day the Demon Emperor left, Long Sinyu's wife, Baiyu, mysteriously disappeared. In one place, Baiyu was seen being approached by 2 people wearing black robes. The 2 people said that the Demon Emperor wanted to meet Baiyu. From this, it can be deduced that Baiyu has a relationship with the Demon Emperor. Since Baiyu's departure, mankind has had a brief peace. Then the stars and moons that had died since the appearance of the Demon Emperor slowly began to shine again. That's the opening of the anime called Throne of Seal. 10 years later, in the city of Odin, a majestic building stands firmly on top of a hill. The building is a knight's temple where aspiring young knights study and train to become great knights. They are trained so hard to become knights who can protect the holy demon continent, the temple, and our loved ones. They are required to be the successors in the war against the demon gods. Currently inside the temple, a middle-aged man named Balza will be the overseer in the appraisal process. Everyone who has studied and practiced for 1 year at the academy must take the spiritual strength test. Graduation requirements are to have at least 10 spiritual strengths. If below this value, it will be declared not to pass. Everyone who meets the requirements will be promoted to a knight squire and entitled to study and train at the academy for the next 3 years. If didn't pass, then all the facilities starting from the equipment must be returned and the spiritual liquid essence will not be given again. Long story short, the assessment test started and Jianghu was the first to do the spiritual strength test. With full concentration, Jianghu shouted loudly and swung the sword violently at the stone bead. Stone bead respond to the force of the blow by displaying it in numbers. Jianghu managed to get a score of 13, Balza announced that he passed. Next, Jianghu was given the task of announcing everyone's results. After that, Zhou Shan got the next turn and got a score of 7. Jianghu announced that Zhou Shan did not pass. It doesn't feel like the assessment is going fast enough. Almost half of the assessment has finished. The people who succeeded were about half of them. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Our main character named Long Haochen who will come forward to take the assessment test. He walked towards the stone bead, everyone cheering him on. When he arrived in front of the stone bead, he got into the stance of holding the wooden sword and took a deep breath and then swung his sword with full force and struck the stone bead. Unexpectedly, it turns out that the stone bead only shows a value of 9. While the graduation requirement is to have a score of 10. Long Haochen was shocked and did not expect that he would fail. Everyone also does not believe in the results. Because all this time they knew that Haochen was working harder than everyone else. And Jianghu announced that Haochen didn't pass. Haochen couldn't believe that he didn't pass. Then he hurriedly walked to the Balza. He asked Balza to be given a second chance. Because he was sure he could pass this time. But Balza refuses emphatically and says that each person is only given one chance. It wouldn't be fair to give Haochen a second chance while the others didn't. Haochen felt sad and depressed when he didn't pass. Because the spiritual essence liquid was a facility that the academy gave its students. Determined, Haochen walked towards his friends. He knelt down and begged to be given a second chance. Because he has a strong reason, even though he seems selfish, he has no choice. Because of Haochen's sincere plea, everyone started to get up the courage and beg Balza to give Haochen a second chance. They said that Haochen really helped everyone in their practice, and many of them passed the test. According to him, Haochen could have passed if he didn't spend a lot of time helping everyone in the practice. Balza knows that Haochen is working very hard. He saw all of Haochen's effort in practicing from morning till night. Whether it's hot weather, rain or snow, it doesn't stop his enthusiasm to practice. After that, Balza walked up and said that you guys were the worst class he ever taught. But also the most loyal he had ever seen. Because everyone begged for Haochen. Balza gives Haochen a chance on the condition that he can defeat Jianghu with full strength. But it wasn't only Haochen who was given the opportunity. Everyone who does not pass also gets the same opportunity. Haochen was very happy to hear this and thanked Balza and his friends. And everyone cheered with joy. Balza ordered Jianghu to fight seriously and bring out his full strength. If he deliberately gives in, then Balza will revoke Jianghu's promotion to Knight Squire. After that, the fight started. The two of them fought pretty evenly. Although Haochen has weaker spiritual strength than Jianghu. During the battle, Balza asked the students to say the 10 Knight orders. They answered in unison: humility, honesty, mercy, courage, justice, sacrifice, honor, perseverance, virtue and truth. The fight ended in Haochen's victory when he managed to hit Jianghu and sent Jianghu thrown against the stone bead. With a position full of confidence, Haochen hit the stone bead. And suddenly the spiritual strength of Haochen increased to 11. Everyone cheered with Haochen's graduation. Balza feels confused towards Haochen. Haochen can instantly increase strength while in battle. But based on the spiritual strength that was issued earlier, it was quite low. The story moves to a forest near the city of Odin. A girl is being chased by a group of werewolves. She tried to escape and went deeper into the forest. From the werewolf's talk, it was mentioned that this girl sneaked out of the assassin's temple. This was used by the werewolf to catch the girl. The reasons for the pursuit and arrest of the girl are not explained here. One by one, the werewolves gathered and chased the girl. This situation made it even more difficult for the girl to run away from their pursuit. When a group of werewolves caught up with the girl, it forced the girl to fight while continuously running away. Until in the end, the girl got a scratch wound on her leg. In a state of injury, the girl tried to keep running away. Until trying to climb the tallest tree and see a large and spacious building, which is where the Temple of the Night is located. She was trying to escape to the place to avoid being chased by werewolves. Back at the Night Temple, the assessment test has ended. In front of the Knight's Temple, everyone was greeted by parents who had been waiting and celebrating their child's graduation. But here Haochen looked sad because no family came. His mother was sick and had such a weak body condition that it was impossible to come. Then Balza approached Haochen to give spiritual essence liquid. From the look on his face, it was clear that Haochen was very happy to be able to obtain the spiritual essence liquid. When giving spiritual essence liquid, Balza asked, "Do you drink spiritual essence liquid every day?" Balza is suspicious of Haochen because after training hard and drinking spiritual essence liquid, spiritual strength should increase a bit. Balza feels that Haochen must be hiding something. At the time when he wanted to explain something to Balza, Haochen was called by Jianghu to go home together. So that Haochen avoided Balza's question. Haochen said goodbye and went home with Jianghu. Haochen's home is on the west side of downtown Odin. To get home, he had to cross the river by crossing a wooden bridge. While running across the wooden bridge, Haochen passed a man he suspected of having a relationship with. The man then looked at the Haochen he had passed. In the middle of the forest, Jianghu wanted to give his spiritual liquid essence to Haochen. Jianghu knew that all this time the spiritual liquid essence that was given from the academy to Haochen was always given to his mother. However, Haochen couldn't accept it, because he thought that Jianghu also needed spiritual liquid essence to increase his strength. Haochen was thankful that his mother's condition had gotten better after drinking the spiritual essence liquid. But on the other hand, he broke his promise. His mother taught Haochen that a man's honor is below his knees. Haochen was forced to kneel down to all his friends in order to be given a second chance in the assessment test. This was done because he did not want to lose his mother. For the sake of his mother, Haochen would do anything. Jianghu was confused about Haochen, who could increase spiritual strength without drinking any spiritual liquid essence. He thought that Haochen's spiritual strength could be higher than others if he drank all the spiritual essence liquid the academy gave him. In the middle of the journey, Haochen said goodbye to Jianghu, because he would go deeper into the forest to pick medicinal herbs as a mixture for spiritual essence liquid. When Haochen was picking medicinal herbs, he was shocked to hear that something's shadow had fallen into the bushes. This made Haochen wary, and he was reminded of Jianghu's message about the many beasts in the forest these days. He walked carefully and held the wooden sword in standby. Then Haochen opened the bushes with his wooden sword. And when he saw something behind the bushes, there was a purple-haired girl lying unconscious. Haochen rushed over to the girl and tried to help her. When he wanted to wake up the girl suddenly got up and reflexively aimed the dagger at Haochen's neck. And the story ends. Detailed explanation. On this occasion, I will explain in more detail about stone beads. From the beginning of the story, it has been explained that there are 6 temples that join to form a temple alliance consisting of a knight's temple, a soul temple, a magic temple, a priest's temple, a assassin's temple, and a warrior temple. Which is the question? Do the stone beads used as assessment tests in the knight's temple apply to other temples as well? The answer is yes. Stone beads can also be used in the assessment test of the 6 temples, although each temple has a different class. Because basically stone beads measure strength based on the spiritual strength that is released. Although the stone bead is a fairly old-fashioned testing method, the stone bead was still accurate enough to measure up to 200 spiritual strength. The amount of spiritual strength affected the rank of a knight. The following are the levels in the knight class. The first level is a knight squire with spiritual strength of 10 to 100, and the highest level is a god knight with spiritual strength reaching 1 million. What is the moral message that we can take from this episode? Devoted to parents. Long Haochen is a filial son who is devoted to his mother. He lived with his mother, who was a weaver. The wages of working as a weaver were small and insufficient to meet their needs. In order to fulfill his daily life, Haochen always looks for food in the forest. Haochen is a child who never complains. For children his age usually spend time playing and having fun. But this didn't happen to him. Every day he spends time helping with housework, exercising, and taking care of his mother who has a weak body. Haochen joined the Knight Temple to become a knight and to obtain spiritual essence liquid. Spiritual essence liquid has the benefit of improving physical condition and spiritual strength. This is very useful for his mother. Haochen always gave spiritual essence liquid mixed with herbs without his mother's knowledge. After drinking the spiritual essence liquid, his mother's condition slowly got better. This of course made Haochen very happy. From this, it is clear that Haochen is very devoted and loves his mother. He would do anything as long as he didn't lose his mother.